How are you doing? Taoiseach, Minister, members of MBI, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thanks Joe for putting me in this position.
No better, man.
When I was asked, I'm honoured to actually have been asked to bring today's proceedings to a close. And when I was asked by Joe if I'd sing the song, I hummed in my heart. I thought about it for a while, then eventually, as you know, I agreed. So my next question, the next question I was asked was I going to sing a Christy Borscht song? Because I've been known to sing Christy songs at similar events like the CIL. But again, being a big Christy fan, I thought, will I won't? I said, no, I won't. So the song I've decided to sing today, it's a song called A Fighter and a Friend. And before I sing it, it's one of my own songs. I wrote it about 6.5 years ago. And before I sing it, I'd just like to give you a little background as to what the song is about and why I chose to sing it. I've been around at MDI for a long, long time. I first got involved in the organisation back in 1980. I joined the organisation with 2 close friends. And one of them, I'm happy to say, is here today. None other than my friend Martin Naughton down there. Myself and Martin joined MDI back in 1980. He actually saw a notice in the newspaper about an organisation called Muscular Dystrophy Ireland. We both have muscular dystrophy, and we didn't know there was such an organisation until Martin saw the notice in the paper. But he was actually thinking of setting up an organisation himself, but somebody beat him to it for once. But anyway, myself and Martin and my other close friend, Ursula Hagerty, joined MDI together. So after all these years, I'm glad to say that me and Martin are still good friends. Apart from the fact that everywhere I go, people call me Martin. But everywhere he goes, nobody calls him Hubert. But anyway, people do refer to us as being the terrible twins now and again. But I think I'm much nicer looking than he is. I definitely have a better choice in hats. And then my other friend, Ursula. Sadly, Ursula passed away 7 years ago. And Ursula was very involved in MBI for almost 25 years. She was very instrumental at every level within the organisation. She was involved at various subcommittees and committees. She sat on the National Council, the Board of Directors. She was Secretary, Vice Secretary, Treasurer and Chairperson of MDI, and for almost 18 years, up to 25 years, which she was involved in the organisation. So basically, the song I wrote was in memory of Ursula. And Ursula, so I'd like to dedicate the song to the memory of Ursula, but also to the memory of all MDI members who have passed away in the 40 years since their existence. And unfortunately, there have been more than we would like to think about. But anyway, that's one of the sad facts of MD. So the song, as I said, it's called A Fighter and a Friend, and I can take it away thereafter. You fought for equality, for rights, for liberty, for a further life, for others you strove. Yet some powers did not meet. They saw your fight as greed, but you proved the need for all you freed. You were petite but very strong, and you knew right from wrong. In a world where scores require a stick or chair, and battle seeds you did sow, and like seeds you did sow. From the ground, the seeds of hope you helped to grow. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter to the end. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter and my best friend. Institutions you did break to give people a first take, and you never once lost the sight for the fights. You were broken and sometimes confused, but you stood solid to your views. Such determination meant we'd never lose. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter to the end. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter and my best friend. With a personality of flair, your views proved you did care. And with your amazing minds, you opened eyes that were blind. As a fighter, a friend and fighter, you were a fighter to the end. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter and my best friend. At this point of the song, I'd just like to remember all the MDI members who have passed away over the years. They would have been really happy with the facility which we have here today. I would have dreamt of such a thing. So may they all rest in peace. I know they are with us today in spirit. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter to the end. You were a fighter, you were a fighter, you were a fighter and my